story, massive settlement.
Michigan State University reaching an historic agreement with the survivors of Larry Nassar.
MSU will pay out $500 million. Here's how that breaks down. $425 million of that will go to the 332 women and girls who were sexually assaulted by the convicted abuser. $75 million will go into a trust fund for any survivors who may come forward in the future.
Tonight, there are still several questions. Who actually gets the money? How much do they get? And is it enough to put the closure on this horrific chapter in MSU's history? Our Team 7 big story coverage begins with 7 investigator Ross Jones. Ross.
Glenda, this was an important step, but everyone agrees far from the last one. MSU still has systemic problems to address, but today the school offered a $500 million apology to those they failed to protect.
I do believe it is a good day for the survivors, the brave, strong, angry army of survivors that has made this happen.
The $500 million settlement from Michigan State University won't heal the wounds of the survivors of Larry Nassar, but it is the first sign of accountability from the school that failed to stop him. Wrote survivor Lindsay Lemke, "We wouldn't have gotten to this point without all the bravery and courage that has been displayed by the 332 survivors. This settlement is not the end. It's a huge step in the right direction, but it's not the end."
They're always going to have the scar. That's not going away. But by taking action, it gives them strength.
$425 million of the settlement will be divided up between the 332 survivors. Not everyone will receive the same amount. Attorney David Middleman, who represents more than 100 of Nassar's victims, says it will depend on a series of factors.
Whether the survivor was a minor at the time of the assault, whether the assault was a touching versus a penetration, then looking at the number of penetrations and length of time the assaults occurred.
Now, the settlement ends the civil cases against MSU, but there are more to be resolved. There are still claims against USA Gymnastics, the U.S. Olympic Committee, and others that need to be worked through. One big question raised by this settlement: where could the $500 million come from? We'll look at the pockets MSU may have to reach into ahead on 7 Action News at 6. Dave.
Ross, thank you. Meantime, students at Michigan State University also hoping this historic settlement can help bring some healing. Some are wondering if it goes far enough. Others fearful about what it means for them in the future. 7 Action News reporter Simon Chowdhury is on the campus in East Lansing with the mixed feelings from students.
The first summer session here at Michigan State University has already begun. We decided to come here on campus to talk to students to get their reaction about the $500 million settlement.
Hopefully a step in the right direction so the community can, make progress, and brighter days are hopefully ahead.
Students like Ken Selecki are hoping the $500 million settlement to Larry Nassar's victims will start the healing process. The sex abuse scandal rocked the campus, and some say put a black mark on the school's reputation. But students like Patty James say the problem is not solved yet, and she wonders what the school would do to prevent it from happening again.
They're not really addressing the deeper cultural issues here at MSU. I don't think a person like me, like a woman and a woman of color, would be listened to by administration or would be taken seriously.
And you want to see that change?
Yeah.
University officials have not clearly explained where the money would come from. Will the school borrow the funds, have insurance cover the costs, or use taxpayer money? Some students are concerned tuition hikes are in the near future.
The money's got to come from somewhere, and I feel like it's going to eventually trickle down and come from the students.
And we talked to one faculty member off camera. She says she believes more school officials need to step down before the university can move forward. In East Lansing, Simon Chowdhury, 7 Action News.
Simon, thank you. Go to WXYZ.com for more reaction from Nassar's victims. Then ahead at 6, what's next for MSU and how the university could pay for this settlement.